I'm rubbing it in now.
Well, that's why I put you live now so people can see your foolishness as you rub it in that you have food and you didn't bring me none.
It's delicious. Anna Sakaria, shout out. Shout out to Anna Sakaria. Um,
No, no. Okay. Hi, everybody. I am Vicky from Fangirl Review, and welcome back to episode 4 of Gamer Corner. We are at 4. Um, I've said this previously, but Gamer Corner started back in 2013 on fangirlreview.com, and I decided to revive it and bring it back to life. I was like, you know what? I think it'd be fun if I was to talk to all my gamer, streamer, content creator friends. So it's not just going to be gamers on here, it'll be everybody in between and anybody actually want to interview. So it doesn't really matter if they game at all. I guess not to make new questions for them, but whatever. Details. And today, I am interviewing the amazing Avatar Alejandro.
what's up, y'all? How you doing? How's everybody out there?
How are
Hope
you
you guys are
doing
having a
today?
blessed evening.
He's having
I'm
food.
doing all right.
He's
I'm
eating.
eating right now. I actually just flew in from work. I didn't have time to eat dinner. I had to coach a football game, teach some kids some English, and I'm enjoying a nice Mexican bowl right now. Mm.
Teaching the youths. What do you have in your
Mm-hmm.
Mexican bowl? We're gonna judge you based on their Mexican bowl.
All right.
How'd
So
you
here's my
cook it?
Mexican bowl.
Go.
I'm basic, so don't judge me.
Oh, see, already concerned. You can't
All
give
right.
a
So
disclaimer.
disclaimer: I already have. I have my Mexican rice. You know that's a must. Any
Mm-hmm.
base. You know we got our lettuce.
No rice for me.
Correct.
But go ahead.
I love my cut up chicken. You know what I'm saying? My shredded chicken. That's a must.
Okay. Okay.
We got the pico de gallo mild. Now, before you judge me, it's because I always. It's because I always listen. Listen.
All
Listen. Listen.
right. And on that note, if I had the ability to roll the credits, we would roll the credits, and this
Listen.
interview would be over. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's because
Hmm.
I always get the hot sauce with the rice bowl. So I don't need the pico de mayo to be spicy because I got the hot sauce with it. So I got some black beans
Okay.
and some cheese. And that's my Mexican bowl.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Respect
No.
the game.
No guac.
Ah, damn, I forgot the guac. Fun.
How do you not have guac? Bruh.
Listen,
Bruh, what are
listen,
you doing?
listen. All I wanted to do was eat some food. All right, I had a long day. I left my house 6:30 in the morning.
No,
Okay,
they're
I just
judging
wanted
you.
some food.
It's judgment. Sorry.
It's all good.
So, okay. Now that we've properly went into a deep dive on
Mexican bowls.
Mexican bowls and your food and your lack of choices in your Mexican bowl,
Mm.
tell us a little bit about yourself. Avatar Alejandro, where did the name come from? How long have you had it? Like, what kind of gamer
Yeah,
are you? Are you a gamer? Do you consider yourself a gamer? So on and so forth.
yeah, yeah. So a little bit about myself. I've been gaming since I was a little kid, and this goes back to the days when I remember the first game I ever played was Pokemon.
Hmm.
Right? Pokemon was the first game I played, and it was
Oh
actually
wow,
yeah,
you're so much
it was
younger
my.
than me. You're a baby. When you say
Well,
the
that
first
was
game is Pokemon, I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna head out.
well. You have to understand, like my family, like we couldn't afford any games or anything like that, right? So like you would either play outside or you play like Monopoly or Sorry, things like that. So when I was about like 4 or 5 years old, I remember my older cousin. He had a Game Boy Color, and in that Game Boy Color, he had Pokemon Blue.
Hmm.
And I remember like you ever get that like that older cousin that you just look up to for no reason other than the fact that they're older,
Yes.
right? I wanted to like play the game so bad because he was playing the game, and I was like, that looks so cool. I want he one day he just like, hey, I already beat the game. Do you want to just take the Game Boy for like a week or two. I was like,
Oh.
I was like, what? Crazy. So I played Pokemon. That was my first game, like video game that I ever played. And I was like hooked instantly. And then at that point on, I wanted to play everything. You know, I wanted a PS1. I wanted the Nintendo 60. I wanted everything. And so I've been playing games since I was a little kid, you know? Growing up, it became like one of those things where it's just, it connected me with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
So people could come over. My mom would have like pizza. Like, you know, she wouldn't throw down in the kitchen. My mom don't throw down in no kitchen. I hate to throw her under the
Oh,
bus.
why are you
But
doing that to moms like
my
that?
mom,
No.
my mom don't throw down in no kitchen. She she just ordered us food and we played games. And it was just really dope to have my boys over. Pack, shout out to my boy Pack. He was actually one of those boys who used to come over to my crib, and we play like Call of Duty, Madden, and this is back in the day when you had to like put like a cardboard box so that you had to make sure no one look at your screen because it was that real. That's
Not the cardboard box divider.
We had the cardboard box divider, man. Those are like the best of times, man. Those are the best of times. So now we're getting to like I'm older now, and you're wondering like where the name Avatar Alejandro came from. So
Yes.
it actually came up with it about 2 years ago. Uh,
Oh, so this isn't even like
this ain't even like this ain't even like old. This is
not even
actually
5 years, not even 10. Just
so I don't know how many of you guys actually like were in the era of like when we were first making like our screen names for like games and stuff like the PS3 and
yeah.
I had the worst name ever. My name was Young Venom.
That's not even that bad.
I don't even know what that means.
I mean, okay, so you have Venom.
I thought it was the coolest thing.
You know, because Venom is cool. Venom is cool.
That's what
so
I
young
thought.
Venom. Just, I mean, anything about like all the different
Yes,
rappers
but-
that have
but-
young whatever.
So that's where that came from. I didn't even spell young as in how young is spelled.
Y-U-N-G.
Y-U-N-G.
I knew from the jump that's how you spelled it. Like you didn't have to say. Like we all understood.
Listen, that's what I changed. That's what I made my name, and I thought it was cool. I thought it was dope. And then, I get older, and I'm starting to think about, okay, I want to learn about streaming and stuff like that. I can't go online, and my name still be YUNG Venom. Can't.
We would have embraced you. The BTC would not have judged you for
I
young
couldn't.
Venom.
I couldn't have done it. So what I did was I took everything. I was like, okay, my middle name is Alejandro. I want to do something with Alejandro, right? Shout out to my moms for giving me a beautiful, beautiful middle name, Alejandro. Avatar: The Last Airbender is one of my favorite shows of all time. So I thought, it'd be simple to just put Avatar Alejandro together
Okay.
and then get a little just I love purple, so that's where like the purple scheme came from. So
Mhm.
that's where Avatar Alejandro was born.
Okay. No,
Just
that,
me.
that actually makes sense. I assumed it was from Avatar: The Last Airbender when I saw the Avatar thing. So I was like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
I was just guessing that's where it was from because I mean, where else is there an Avatar? I don't think you're talking about the blue people. So.
Oh hell no.
And plus,
Hell
how
no.
they introduced the various avatars in the past, they always said Avatar and then their name. So I don't think there's
Exactly.
any other Avatar related anything else out there.
I think it's also one of the best kids shows of all time. I think it's one of the best kids shows of all time. So
I mean, those are some strong words that you're saying there. I'm not quite
Listen.
sure about the
I-
best kids show of all time.
the internet agrees with me.
All right, I'm a.
You see? Well, what are your favorite kid shows?
But I'm older, so
So
I was watching like Gummy Bears and stuff like that when I was young.
You know the remake of Teletubbies, right?
Well, I didn't. Teletubbies came after. I was a little bit too old for Teletubbies. That was for like my
Okay.
little brother. So,
Okay.
like,
They're making a new one on Netflix.
Teletubbies and Barney came a little bit too late for me. So that was never. Okay, Chef Webster said X-Men. See, that's another good one.
So the X-Men animated series is also coming back,
Yes.
and that was one of my favorite series growing up. That show really made me love the X-Men. And I'm also a comic book nerd, so once I saw the show, I had to
Mm-hmm.
go read.
Oh, okay. See, I was the reverse. Every weekend when my going grocery shopping with my mom, she would drag me and my two brothers with her, because that's just life. And
Hmm.
when we went to like the one market, it had a bookstore in there, a used
Right.
bookstore, and so we were allowed every week to go buy one book, anything we wanted in there. And so obviously we were young, so my brother always got the comic books. He always got X-Men and Marvel, DC, all that stuff.
Yeah.
I always got Ghost Rider because it looked cool. I forget what my little brother got, whatever, but he was also younger. So, so I used to go between comic books or whatever Goosebumps latest thing, and I'll go back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then when their show, like, oh, let's watch the show.
Hmm. That's respectable. That's respectable. Remember Animorphs?
Yes.
I don't know why, but I have this vivid memory of reading every Animorph.
Listen, I was reading a lot as a kid, which is good because then as an adult, me and my brothers are still into reading.
Yeah, none of my students are not.
Oh,
I get a couple. I get a couple. I
well,
get a couple, but
there's, you know what? Back then, a lot of my friends weren't reading, so, you know. So I mean, I guess the numbers. It's a
yeah,
numbers game, so
yeah.
they
If
might
I
get
can get
into
just
reading later.
if I could just get one kid in the class that just loves to read, I'm happy.
Yeah, but I was a jerk and I battled a lot of my English teachers. Now that I think back on it, I definitely battled a lot of my English teachers, especially my senior year. It was a knockdown, carry out fight. I I
What? Wait, time out. What?
I wrote in my paper how he was the albatross around my neck. Like I was like I was like, I'm going to insult you in your own words. Like,
Okay.
yeah, it was bad. It was bad enough that I did not trust him to grade my term paper.
Hmm.
So we had to, like, I immediately called my mom. I was like, I don't trust this man to grade my term paper. He's being shady. Okay, let me go back one. Senior year, I know it's not about me, but I'm gonna tell y'all the story real quick and we're gonna move on. Senior year, they changed the rules that if you had an A average by, midway of the fourth market paper, you did not have to take your final exams. You were exempt. And I had straight A's across the board in all my classes. The jerk of a little man teacher was like, oh, well, that doesn't apply to anybody in here, and proceeds to do a little dance in front of the class.
Oh, he cabbage patching?
Yes!
He's cabbage patching?
So I sat in the back. I sat with the slackers. I might be straight A's and I'm going to debate you on every little point, but I'm going to sit back here in the slackers and act like I am sleeping with everybody else. And I kind of raised my hand in the back. I was like, excuse me. No. Actually, I will be exempt. And he was like, oh, I'm not so sure. I was like, no. I proceeded to list out all my grades. I was like, I got an A on the midterm, A first mark paper. I was like, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. He was like, well, I guess, well, you still have your term paper, so I guess we'll see. I was like, oh, that's a threat. That is a threat.
What kind of teacher says that?
That is a threat. So as soon as I left there, I was going to choir next. I kindly took out my little old Motorola cell phone. I was like, do-do-do-do-do-do. Mom, I don't trust this teacher. He gonna try to fail me. I don't think so. I got A's across the board. Also, I'm gonna get a B. Nah. Uh-uh.
Nah, son.
Midway through choir, I got called down to the vice principal's office. My mom was on the phone with the vice principal. The vice principal sitting down talking to me. I was like, I don't trust him. This is what happened. He can easily mess my grade up.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh,
Damn, that's crazy.
They're like, listen, this is what we'll do. We'll let him grade it. If you think it was unfair, then we'll have other English teachers grade it. Because I was like, no. I was like listing my previous English teachers. I'm like, have any of them grade it. And I trust them. That one, no. He still gave me an A in the end. I think he didn't have a choice because if it wasn't an A, it would have been a problem.
Oh no, he felt it. He felt you breathing down his neck. That's what he felt.
But yeah, it was a battle with that man. I would show up to like the review period so I could battle him out in all the. Because he's like, if you can properly say why a question doesn't make sense, then I'll remove it from the upcoming test.
Right.
So every time, every student be like, "Yo, Victoria, you going?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there. I got you. And I'll sit there. And I'm like, "Actually, you know what? This gonna be construed this way or that way." Oh, that man! I know he hated me, but it was mutual.
Man, he didn't deserve your love, so it's all good. It's all good.
Well, okay. So enough about me.
Yeah.
What got you into streaming, content creation, and all that jazz? Like, why did you decide to be a streamer? Even though you've taken a break and you forgot about us, but we're not going to talk about that. Go ahead.
Now, we're going to address this. So, how I got into streaming was actually, so during the pandemic, when it first was getting started, I really was kind of trying to find a creative way to actually stay connected with my students. And, during the pandemic, I teach at middle school. So in middle school, these kids it was really hard for them. It was really hard for them. And the transition wasn't easy for them to have to switch to, this was when we were switching everything online, right?
True.
We went through that spring break and it was
that was vicious. That was a vicious semester. It was like, hey, by the way, you're not coming back.
Yeah.
Put everything online now.
It was like that. I remember it was one kid finally got it at our school. And then we all got sent home and then we were told we were going to teach virtually for that week and then it was spring break. And then we got an email during spring break saying, like, y'all not coming back. And I was just like, all right. And then we had to have all these Zoom meetings to teach us how to now teach these kids. And what we decided to do was like, asynchronous and synchronous learning, like 3 days on, 2 days off. And one thing I noticed about my kids while we were doing that, keep in mind, this is also my first year at this school.
Oh, fun time.
At this specific school. So I'm sitting here like, I'm looking at these kids and they're suffering. Their grades started to dip. And I'm trying to be as, creative as possible. So I'm like, I know my kids, they're into Twitch. And I'm a big gamer. And why should everything just be classroom related when they're not in a very real time right now? So I decided to make a Twitch account for them so that they can connect with me in a different way. And the school didn't know about it. School obviously didn't know about it. I didn't want to tell them. It was my first year there. I didn't want to step on any toes, but I felt like it would be better. So my first streams, we can't even go back that far, but my first streams are actually lessons. And I would use like my stream deck and everything to get the lessons and like have like noises so the kids would follow along and they were just in the chat popping.
That's actually really awesome. That like conversation and then they feel like they're in a different platform, so it's like it made it interesting and fun in the platform they understand versus Zoom, which whatever.
Yeah, and on top of that, I started doing now. My brain breaks became game breaks, you know. So I would play Among Us with the kids. I would play Among Us with them, and they were having such a great time. But then what I noticed is they started doing their work more consistently, and they were like, happy and excited.
Yeah.
And so then I figured at that point, I'm already here.
Mhm.
Why just leave it off at the semester? Why not continue into the summer? And we had a blast that summer. I started streaming some more content. I streamed Pokemon. I streamed Ape, so they can get a little bit more into like what I like, and
Mhm.
they can see me a little bit more. It, the whole streaming thing was the intent was for the kids. It was never for me.
Aww.
The intent was always for the kids, and so yeah, that's how Avatar Alejandro started.
That's so cool. That's actually, I like that. That's different
Yeah,
than like what everybody else has said. So look at you. Oh, for the
I'm
kids.
trying. I'm trying.
For
I'm
the
trying.
kids.
And so that's why it's so funny because I actually now that we're back in person, I
Mhm.
don't stream. I don't stream during the school year because I always tell my kids it's a very awkward conversation to have with your parents that I didn't grade your essay because I was because I was hanging out with your kid on stream.
Like, oh, that essay. Well, what happened was right. Let me tell you.
What happened? And since then, they have given me more sections, so
Oh.
I'm teaching almost twice as many kids as I was teaching that first year. So I'm like, man, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a lot.
No, no, it's a lot. I don't think people understand um, everything teachers go through, and then when you're used to teaching X number of students,
Hmm.
and then all of a sudden, like I've
My class,
always just taught maybe one class or two classes, and then one year they gave me three. And I was like, oh, three, not that bad. And then when I all of a sudden one day I had like a stack of papers, and I measured it. It was like 4 inches tall. I was like, I will never again in life teach three classes.
you ever have everything, all their assignments for all sections due on the same day?
Oh yeah,
I
oh
made
yeah.
that mistake last year.
Exams at the same time. I was like, why didn't I just take it a week
Why didn't I
perspective?
just give this class the next week's lesson? And
Just, just I could have did
yeah,
that.
nah.
No, no, that didn't make sense.
We played ourselves fairly hard.
Set ourselves up. Set ourselves up.
We played ourselves very hard. Well, I gotta address this. I gotta address this. All right, because I admit, I have been on hiatus. I've been on a extra hiatus.
Isn't it hiatus at that point?
Is it even a hiatus? I don't know.
Is it? Is it? Is it? I already
So,
put SB on a milk carton before. I mean, we could always put you on a milk carton as well.
you need to put me not on the cart. You need to put me on like the truck that delivers the milk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta put me in there. See, what happened was,
Go ahead.
this what happened was is before bullshit starts. I'm sorry. Can I curse?
You can. Go ahead.
All right. What happened is right before where the bullshit starts. All right. So, um, last year was like a really tough year for me personally as an educator. I lost a student, unfortunately, and like that really hit
Mhm.
because it was someone I had worked with for so long, and he had actually left the school, and an unfortunate accident happened, and there was that. And I don't know if you guys remember when I first started streaming, I was still like very much dealing with like the loss of my grandfather to COVID-19, and everything kind of like I felt like I needed to zero in on my work because that's what happens. I bury myself in my work,
Mhm.
and that became my main focus because teaching. I love streaming. Don't get me wrong. Teaching is my passion.
I understand
Like
that.
that's what I was put on this planet to do. was to be a teacher. Like I actually had this meeting with my boss the other day, and he asked me, "What are your aspirations? You know, do you want to work in admin?" I was like, "I don't want to be taken away from the classroom."
Mhm.
I was like, "I'll do whatever it is, but don't take me away from the classroom because that's where I want to be." I love these kids. They drive me insane. I love these kids, and so I buried myself in curriculum work.
Mhm.
I revamped the whole seventh grade curriculum because I knew I was going to transfer over to seventh grade eventually. And when I went there, I wanted to like, this is my baby. Like, you know what I mean? I don't want nobody telling me what to do with this. This is my curriculum. This is what I want to teach. So I did all of that. And honestly, that's what I was just so focused on. You know, I started writing a book. Yeah,
Ooh.
I am writing a book currently. My goal is to be an author before the end of next year.
Okay,
A
was it
published author.
fiction, nonfiction, educational?
Fiction. Fiction.
Fiction.
Yeah.
Oh, like sci-fi. What kind of fiction?
You know what? I do want to write a sci-fi novel one day. I actually thought my first book would be the sci-fi novel, but right now I want it to be a little more grounded. You know, Jason Reynolds, the author, he's like one of my biggest inspirations. He's written Long Way Down. He's written Stamp, not from the beginning, but Stamp the YA version. Also wrote All American Boys, which I actually teach
Mm-hmm.
in the school. He's like my biggest inspiration as a writer, and his writing style, like I feel like it's how I write. It's like I emulated my style from this man, and so my first novel is very grounded. It's going to be a coming of age story,
Okay.
um, and you know, but stay tuned. Stay tuned for that one, y'all.
Well, listen. I have tried to write about 3 or 4 different novels. I start. I get a couple chapters in. What I need is a uh, I guess maybe it's not an editor. I need some.
Hmm.
I need a writing coach. That's what I need.
A
That is what I
writing
need.
coach,
And I've taken writing classes,
right?
and we had to like literally write every week a different
Hmm.
prompt. And my stuff is always going to be paranormal, supernatural. That's my genre. That's what I love to
Right.
write in. Everybody else was coming of age, like
Yeah.
grounded, and I'm like, no,
But you,
skinwalkers.
but you,
And
but you
so,
know what?
like
Those
the
novels can be coming of age stories.
yeah, no,
Even
exactly. But like there wasn't humans in my stories, and every week everybody was like, "Where do you come up with this?" I'm like, "How do you not know like
have
different
you?
side of fairy?" Fairy's not a singular thing. There's different types of fairies. There's brownies. What are you talking about? You don't know
Hmm.
this? And like the teacher, she always looked forward to whatever weird story I was going to come up with every week. So I have the stories. They're here. I just need somebody to be like, did you write this week at all?
Oh, you need a check. You need your check-in person.
Yeah, I need somebody to be like, no, I need a certain number of words by Tuesday. And that's what I need. I need somebody to, because otherwise I'll be like, squirrel! And I go and go do something else. So,
You know, it's funny. I use
if you
that squirrel
finish,
analogy.
yeah, if you finish the book, I'm super proud of you because one day when I don't take on other new things, I will finish one of these novels.
Yeah.
I've written like 2 children's books, and they're over there.
They're over there somewhere.
They're over there.
Some child will read it one day.
One day. Not quite sure when, but one day.
One day.
When I get time. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see.
Let's see. So actually, the question is: there any content that you would like to make in the future? In turn,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
besides eating your Mexican bowl. Okay.
Listen, it's delicious.
Okay. Good.
What I want to make. So there's this thing called Pokemon Nuzlocking, right? I've done it on my channel before, but only in spurts. Pokemon Nuzlocking is when you take a Pokemon game,
Hmm.
you illegally hack it, and yeah,
Hypothetically speaking.
hypothetically speaking. And what you do is you randomize the game, so you make it so that you can encounter any Pokemon at any point in time, and you randomize everything about the game, and you have to follow three rules while you play through the game. The three rules, and you can add any other rule that you want, but the three main rules are you can only catch one Pokemon per route. So since it's randomized, you never know what you're gonna get. You have to nickname all your Pokemon to build, stronger bonds.
Hmm.
And if a Pokemon faints, it's considered dead and you can't use it anymore. And that has been probably the most emotional of a game for a game that I've ever played because I've done Nuzlocke on the channel before, and when Pokemon died, I have whole TikToks like this of like you see, like you actually see, I actually well up in tears when like a Pokemon dies because I'm just like like no, Philip, no, like, and it's usually because of a stupid play that I made.
Your poor decisions led to
My
this
poor
moment.
decisions led to this moment, and I just gotta sit there and kind of take it. So I want to do a whole like game series Nuzlocke run. So I want to go through every single Pokemon game from Gen 1 to the very end, to even the new games that are coming out next month.
Hmm.
That's the kind of content I want to bring. But I also want to add a couple of rules to the Nuzlocks that I will call avatars rules.
Oh god.
Essentially, I'm just gonna make the game harder for myself, and I'm probably gonna get depressed. Um, if I lose any Pokemon, you'll see it in my face how sad I am. Like I'll put on the music. What's that song? Truth is, I'm tired.
Oh
What's that song?
no! Wait, I know.
The one with Table of Man.
Yeah, I know that song. I can't think of it right now.
I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. That's what I want. That's what I want to do, and I want to do that.
Take me to the king. Take me to the
Take
king.
me to the king.
Because every year at Thanksgiving, I play that other version of that woman who says, "Take me to the greens." Have you heard that?
Yes. Yes.
Every year, it's going to show up on my Facebook. Every year. So, yes.
Classics. Nothing but the classics.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a shame. You should do DRS Gangsta Lean. That's a song I want played at my funeral.
What? You know what I want? I want Still Dre played at my funeral.
What?
I want Still Dre played at my funeral.
I appreciate that you know what song you want to be played at your funeral. Not many people talk about that because, like, I feel like you should have some semblance of a plan.
You don't want your funeral to be whack.
Exactly. You want people to know what you want.
Right.
And, I mean, there's been times, I've watched some of these, like, celebrity funerals because I want to get some ideas.
Yeah.
I want to see what did they do. Like,
Yeah.
I want them, like, there's that video, that viral video of the guys, like, walking in, like, slowly, and the one guy singing, and then they pick up the casket, and then they slowly walk out, and then they turn, and they dip, and all that stuff. That's what I want. I don't want them to drop me. I don't want that. But that's what I want.
I feel that.
So, my
you know what I
brother
want?
said
No, go ahead.
he's always late. So what he wants to do, he wants people to be there, and then for them to roll him in at the end. Like, when people are like, all right, is it starting? What's going on? And then roll him in late. I'm like, you can make an entrance. I appreciate that. You can be fashionably late to your own funeral.
Right.
So, details. I think that's cool.
You know what I want?
What?
I want crump dancers at my funeral. I want everyone dressed in white.
Yeah. I support this. I want the New Orleans parade type thing happening too.
Because that's how I live my life. So
That's what I want.
better.
So it's like,
Put some respect on it. You know what I'm saying?
that's why I told people, like, you can literally make a burial fund. You
Mm-hmm.
you can pay for all of this. All this can be paid for ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
So when you die, you know what I'm saying? And I
And
want,
then burn my body. I don't want to be buried.
you know, be buried. See, I don't want to be buried, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
based off the Bible, they talk about that you're gonna come back. And if there's not bones there to come back, you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, in the Jewish faith, they want you to be buried whole. So it's like, I feel like some of these religions, I don't know who got it right, but
Right.
I feel like if I implement as many of the different aspects as possible, I should be good.
Right.
So that's the thing about cremation, because what you gonna come back to? Your body gone.
Listen, I don't know if I'm gonna come back and be real with you.
So I'm just saying, you know. Hey, Melanin Gamers, I appreciate you for being here.
What's up?
If anybody has any questions in the chat, you're more than welcome to ask.
They come in the chat. We talk about death.
I know, right?
We talking about death.
Isn't this supposed to be about gaming and stuff?
You die in games, don't you?
That is true. There's the next question. What are your thoughts on permadeath in games? Since you were just talking about your poor Pokemon dying, that's how we got on this, was the Pokemon dying, and that's what happened.
You're asking me if I like permadeath, and like I said, there's videos of me crying. There's videos of me crying.
Hey, Krish, how are you, sweetie? If you have any questions for Avatar Alejandro, you're more than welcome to ask. Yes,
Hey,
thoughts on
yeah,
games having permadeath. I know, what was it, Outriders or something? That game had permadeath. There's so many different games that have permadeath, and either your character is permanently gone, or you can then have to go back and get your backpack full of all your stuff. You might lose half your stuff that was in the backpack.
I hate that, man.
That's the worst, especially if
What's up,
if you're
Chris?
in
How
a
you
really
doing?
bad location that you're gonna keep dying and you keep losing 50% of 50% of 50%. Eventually, it's zero. There is nothing left for you to take from my body.
Permadeath is terrible, terrible. Listen, we wouldn't have great games like Grand Theft Auto if there was permadeath. We wouldn't have great games like Apex Legends and Call of Duty if permadeath was a thing. All right, I'm just saying.
What's
Yo,
good?
SB, what's good, my guy?
Yeah, no. I think what's the first game you ever played that had permadeath in it that you can recall? That wasn't a hack.
And that you like lost your stuff and everything.
You lost your stuff, or you lost the person.
Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy was the first game that did that to me. And I was tight because I was a kid. I ain't know any better.
You didn't understand.
I didn't know any better. I was tight. I remember exactly. It was Final Fantasy X. Final Fantasy X. I'm like, yo, I gotta. You know, they give you like 10 characters in that game. I'm like, that's cool. I'm chilling. I'm thinking if one character dies, then that means you can switch out with the other characters. No, you can't.
It's over. No.
It's over. And so then I didn't know that, and I wasn't even fighting a boss. I was fighting a regular ass. I was fighting a regular ass spawn. So the regular ass spawn, and that thing just killed my team. And I'm like, oh, we just gonna go back to like the screen or whatever. I thought, I just lost the battle. I just lost them. That thing sent me. I didn't save for like 2 hours.
Oh, no.
That thing sent me back to the gulag and no way to come back in. I automatically lost the gulag.
See, no. I think that
Listen.
the first one for me was Zombie U on the Wii U.
Mm-hmm.
And I took my character out into the zombie world. My character got swarmed, died. That person is permanently gone. You can never play that person again. You get somebody new. And you have to go find that backpack full of all that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I'm good. And I I turned the game off. I never played Zombie U ever again. I was like, that was nice. I think the game is like over here somewhere. The Wii U is now packed up in the box in the closet with all the old systems.
You know what? I have plenty of games like that where like something bad happens, I'm good.
No.
I ain't never gotta touch you again.
No, I'm good. Alan Wake, and you know, I was running, the axe went over my head, it was my heart pumping, I made it safely to the house, I explored the house, it went dark again, I knew if I went outside, the guys would come back for me. No, you know what? That's also...
That's good.
I rage...
Protect your peace.
Yeah, listen, I rage quit various Zelda games throughout the years. I've had a few of those happen to me, so... I always come back and beat it, but usually it's a year or two later.
What's your opinion on rage quitting?
It happens. You get mad. You can't rage quit. You can only rage quit if you're playing solo gaming. You do not have the option of rage quitting when you're on a team. You are not allowed to rage quit. You gotta wait till the round is over and then you quit. You do not have to replay or anything like that. You cannot rage quit in an online match, that, especially if it's ranked or anything like that. You cannot.
See, I won't quit on ranked. I won't rage quit on ranked. But I've definitely played a couple of games of Overwatch. Where listen, you don't understand. Sometimes 10-year-old Timmy pissing you off. Sometimes little 10-year-old Timmy who just came home from school to play the game at a mediocre level pisses you off. Because you know that you a grown person at the same mediocre level as 10-year-old Timmy.
Not you getting mad at 10-year-old Timmy.
Listen, I cuss the Timmy out. I cuss the Timmy out. You know what? No game has ever made me more angry than Valorant, though. Valorant made me the most angry. And it gets to the point where, like, you know, the hood side comes out of you a little bit, where people start talking shit, right? And I'm just straight up like, all right, F the game. I'm about to talk about your life. I'm about to talk about your life. I remember I had this guy in his feelings because he was coming at me about a game. Because I wasn't even mad. We were losing. Mm-hmm. And I just made a simple call to him. I was like, hey, man. Because like, he wasn't using his mic.
Yeah.
And I was just like, hey, man. Let me know like what you need me to do. Is there something I can do? But I was being nice. I was calmly asking, what can I do to help you? Because me and him were defending the same side, right? This guy like whispered something. I didn't hear him, but then we just kept playing. I was like, whatever. And then the next thing I know, he starts talking shit. Next thing I know, we're down, and he's like, oh, well, I was playing Raze. He was like, our effing Raze can't get kills like she's supposed to. And I was like,
wow.
I was like, my man, you was quiet the whole game. And I had time. So he came at me, and I was like, and everyone was like, oh, let's keep the peace. I was like, nah, F that. Who the fuck are you talking to? And he's like, I got more kills than you. I was like, F the kills. F the kills. Why are you talking now? I was talking to you before, and you only have now. You had the balls to talk now. And he was like, well, I was like, fuck the game. I'm talking about your life. I see you don't want to talk about that shit because it's a sensitive ass subject.
Not you just coming at him. Wow. See. Let's see. What do we got? Krish says the kids be pissing her off. A 9-year-old did help her win Fortnite. Okay. But listen, don't be ashamed because my niece, who is 5, about to be 6, be washing people in Halo. They don't realize that this little itty bitty baby destroying them in Halo. She be getting killed. It was like my brother sent a screenshot. She had like 13, 14 kills. I'm like, I'm sorry. Her kill death ratio is positive. What? I'm sorry, what? Kenny Concho, I see you. Welcome in, Kenny. I appreciate you.
What's up, Kenny?
Everybody in the chat, just so you know, Gamer Corner is open, so you guys are more than welcome to, send me a message if you're interested in being on Gamer Corner. Otherwise, I will harass you. One way or the other, you'll be here. You just decide if it's by your choice or mine, okay? Okay.
Okay.
So what are you currently playing right now?
So currently right now, there's 3 games that are in my rotation right now.
Okay.
The first game I play is Apex. That's because that's like the game. I have 2 really close friends that we've been playing games together since almost like 8th grade.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's just our game, and I'm sorry, I personally think any game with your friends is the most fun, right? Like whatever my friends is playing, that's the most fun. What's going on in the chat?
Get down or lay down.
Get down or lay down.
So Arrow Senin is my older brother. So Sammy understands. It's his daughter that be watching people on Halo.
Yeah. Either you pick up the sticks or you drop them.
It is what it is.
But the 3 games. So Apex is in my rotation. I'm playing a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I don't know how many of you guys remember Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yes.
I promised myself that I would never get into it because they have like all these new things about it. But then I thought to myself, like, I'm doing myself a disservice if I don't at least try, right? And I tried, and now I'm addicted. But I still get pissed when I lose in one goddamn turn. I don't know how you can invent a game where it's possible to lose without ever going. Who invented that?
Listen, details.
But I basically watched you play the game. I didn't get to do anything. And the next game in my rotation is definitely Pokemon because the new game is coming out next month. Definitely.
Oh, see, Pokemon came out a little bit after when I was really into gaming. Like, I took a break. I was heavy into it. Then I took a break for a little bit there. And then I came back.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, late teen, early college, I had stopped. And then I got right back into it. I was like, you know what? I took my little brother's M64 to college. Right. And I proceeded to play Ocarina. When I tell you, everybody was in my dorm room watching me play. I was like, nope, we're coming home. We're watching 106 in Park. And then I'm going to play.
Wait, the AJ and Free?
Yeah.
AJ and Free.
We put our classes around it. So we came home. We came back to the dorm, watched 106 in Park, and then I'm like, all right, we're turning on the game, and it'll be a whole bunch of us, and we sitting there watching me play. Nobody else play.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were destroying people in Mortal Kombat too. That was also fun.
Classic fighting game. You know what? I'm trying to get back into it because Street Fighter's coming back out.
Yes, it is.
The new Street Fighter's coming back out, so I'm trying to get back into some fighting games.
Who's your Street Fighter main?
So I have this thing where every time I get a new game, I have a new main, right? Because I like to play with different characters. What's the point?
You don't have a main then.
I don't have a main, but I'll be lying if I didn't say I didn't rock out with Ken.
Like, you have no loyalty. What do you mean? You're supposed to, as long as your character is still in there, you're supposed to have one and stay with them.
Listen, I only have 2 fighting games where I got the same character that I use all the time. That's it. That's Tekken, and that's Mortal Kombat. That's it.
But no means. No means. Let's see. Your dorm room was Twitch before Twitch? Yes, it was. What we got going on here? Listen, Gamer Corner, when we interview a gamer, streamer, content creator, ask them various questions that tickle my fancy, go off the rails as per usual, which is a long conversation that we had about planning our funerals. So Team Tekken. What did I like?
I like all fighting games. Listen,
I like Soul Calibur. That was one.
Soul Calibur. That's a throwback. That's a throwback.
What was the one? Was it Primal Rage or something? Well, the one that you turned into an animal. What was that?
Yeah, it was like werewolf.
Yeah.
And I forget the name of it too. It was a free to play.
I forget what that was called.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That was a fun one too. Because like in the middle of like your combo, then you would turn into an animal.
Yeah. What is that? Team Tekken Kill.
Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct. There you go. Killer Instinct.
You were trying to type too fast, Kenny. You were trying to type too fast.
You know what's funny? Sometimes I do that, like when I'm trying to teach a lesson to my kids, and then they'll be like, "Hi, Mr. Morgan, you spelled that wrong." And I'm sitting there like, how come y'all can catch my mistakes in like 5 seconds, but you guys get 10 peer review sessions and you still misspell the word "the"?
Yup. Listen, I tell my students when I'm writing on the whiteboard or whatever, I'll be like, listen, this does not have spell check.
Do you get anxiety when you go to the whiteboard?
Psychology has a lot of really big words that are spelled very weirdly, ignores English altogether, and they were making up words and they were naming stuff after themselves, and they were combining a lot of words. Those are 2 different words, but we're gonna make it one and combine it. So I'll be like, all right, wait, how do I spell? I was like, wait, okay, because you gotta remember, like psychopharmacology, you're like, wait, how do I? All right, hold on, wait. Yep, okay, I got him. Got it. Especially when I have to do like I have to write out drugs. You'd be like, oh man, hold on. How do you spell that drug?
It'd be like, how do you make any spelling mistakes and you the English teacher? I'm like, I don't know, how come you don't know how to use spell check?
Same way. I know you mentioned the new Pokemon, the new Street Fighter coming out, but are there any other games that are coming out that you're like excited for or looking forward to?
There is a game that I'm looking forward to that I haven't played yet. It actually just came out. Overwatch 2.
Oh yeah, I want to actually play that.
Same. You know what? I haven't.
Go fangirl, fuck it up.
Yo, is that Pack's voice?
Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Go fangirl. Go fangirl. Go fangirl. Go fangirl. Fuck it up. Fuck it up. Fuck it. Hey.
Yes, my sound alerts. I humbly believe that my sound alerts should be people saying my name on Twitch. Therefore, I would clip it, and then I would take it, and I made it a sound alert.
I mean, I like that song.
So,
it's a nice little tune.
So Pac is by far the one that's played the most. I have Hans as another one, and I have Lady Kit. That's the other one. So those are the 3. I think I have a couple others that I might have saved, but I don't remember where I put them to upload them into my sound alerts. But yeah. So I'm like, oh, you said my name. Hold on. Clip it. Thank you. I'm going to use your voice without permission. Okay.
Hey, it's promo.
I say who it is though. I never don't say who it is.
Yo, I know y'all don't know this, but Pac used to try to be a rapper.
What? Not you putting Pac on blast.
I'm putting him on blast. I'm putting y'all on blast. My man has a whole rap track on YouTube.
Wait.
How do we know that?
How do we not know that? SB, did you know that? Hold on.
Y'all don't know that? Pac had him.
Where's? Send the link.
Hold on. Yo, he's gonna kill me, man.
Listen, I might play this on the stream.
Let me see if I can find it.
If you can find it.
Yo, it's here.
It's there. Send it to me. I'm not gonna play it. I'm gonna play it for my own enjoyment when I get back on the show. Then I'll play it. Pack, if you're not here, I know you retweeted this. If you're not here, oh well.
I'm sorry, Pack. I had to do it, man.
Yeah,
you can't just.
Yeah, I gotta listen to it first. Because while I do allow cursing, I can't let things go too far off the rails.
Yeah.
So.
Hold on, I'm about to send you to you on Discord.
Oh, I can't wait to watch this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but if you have any other secrets of Pack that you want to share, I would not say no.
Listen.
I would not say no. Is it just a track or is it like a whole video?
It's a track. It's a track.
Okay, man. If I actually saw him like physically moving around while rapping, I would have been done. It would have. I don't know if it would necessarily beat out my fire video. Probably wouldn't.
Right.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just sent it to you on Discord.
Okay. I'm going to watch this. Oh yeah, but I'm not going to put it on stream. I'm going to be respectful.
Oh man,
But I will probably screen record it, put it on TikTok and everywhere else. Yeah. Okay.
His first song is gone. So the song I sent you is like the second song that he made. But
listen, I'm here for any of it. Okay, so you said Overwatch 2. Was there anything else? Well, Overwatch 2 is out. Anything coming up next year?
I'm really looking for there's 2 games. So Spider-Man 2, the Insomniac sequel to the first Spider-Man and Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought that those were phenomenal games, and obviously the Wolverine game too. Wolverine game I'm looking forward to. And I'm thinking about checking out Warzone 2. I think that's coming out in November.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. But
How are you?
What's good with your soul? See, there's. I always say Grand Risings in Lady Kit's.
mm-hmm.
And that's how she always greets me when I come into her chat. Yeah.
Yo, that's lit. That's lit. That's lit. I respect it.
Okay, but so wait, I'm sorry. How did you not say The Forest 2? Sons of the Forest. How did you not say that you were looking forward to this game that you're going to then play with me? I don't understand.
Okay, so because I haven't played the first one.
Oh, okay. So we gotta rectify that situation.
Yeah, we gotta rectify that situation. I'm not too familiar with that game.
Okay. It's a beautiful game of a father searching for his son. He is the hero. He is determined to find his son. It was a tragic plane crash, and he watched his son be snatched away from him, and he is then on a deserted island that's not too deserted, and he's just trying to find his son. It's 4-player co-op. I think it might be a 4-player co-op normally, 10-player I think, or 6 or 8, something like that on PC.
Okay, and the second one's coming out when?
Second one's coming out February. They pushed it back a couple times because it's a small developer.
Okay.
Listen, if the game doesn't, they can keep pushing it back. I don't want it to be a broken game because that'll make me mad.
Yeah, I appreciate companies that take their time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't rush it. You don't want Cyberpunk. Don't rush it.
I think that's why I like the Grand Theft Auto series. Because you won't hear nothing from them.
Nope.
You won't hear a freaking peep.
No. For what?
Yeah.
We good. Hold on. You'll be all right. Until was it 6?
Yeah, 6. And they had that leaker come out, that data miner and stuff like that.
Yeah, I saw that. You're struggling with GTA 5? You know, I've never played any of the GTAs.
They're fun.
I've watched.
They're fun.
I watched my ex. He played it, so I like.
Yeah.
A lot of times I have no problem. I can watch somebody else play it, and that's enough for me. I don't have to play it.
Yeah, I get that. No, I thought that sounds. Yeah, because it's like one of those games where it's like you can either have real fun playing it, or sometimes it's just fun to watch.
Exactly.
I mean, Grand Theft Auto gets tedious sometimes. I'm not gonna lie.
See?
Some of the missions, like I know in Grand Theft Auto, Chris, let me know if you know this one. There's like a submarine mission. That submarine moves so damn slow.
Oh, see, nah.
That
Nah.
that submarine moves so damn slow, and I'm just sitting here listening to this conversation, and I'm just like, "Yo, can I skip? Like, is this impossible? I don't want to do this mission anymore."
Nope, can't skip. You're there. You're stuck in it.
Yup.
So with that in mind, with like, you know, game development and things of that sort, are there any if you could design your own game,
Mm.
what would it look like?
Ooh,
Ooh.
if I could design my own game.
Chris, you trying to get into RP? Was that Midnight City? Is that the one that everybody's in?
Oh, I need to get to it.
There's so many different servers.
Yeah.
RP can ruin lives though, so be careful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a like on that teacher clock, I can't get into RP.
No, that's too much.
But as far as if I were to make a game, I would love to make this open. I'm an RPG nerd. You know what I mean? I love MMORPG.
Oh.
I love adventures. I love the ability to like create your own character, explore, and truly like take in everything that the game has to offer. I used to be a big World of Warcraft nerd, and things like that. So if I were to make an MMORPG, I would do it like a sword fighting MMORPG, and I would love for it to be like you could truly create your own character, create your own class, create your own fighting style, right? Create your own blocks, like everything custom made, so that we can like just enjoy the game and have like all those fun quests that we all like to do. You know, I don't know, save the prince or princess, or like you know what I mean. That's just the kind of nerd I am. Plus, you know, who doesn't like swords?
Well, I mean, will you? Here's the question though. Will there be fishing in this game?
Yes,
Okay, then I'm here for it.
fishing.
There has to be
Well,
fishing.
who doesn't like fish? Shoot. We don't have to just do fishing. You can go white water rafting.
I know, but I love to fish. I love my like RPG games. As long as it has fishing in it, I'll play it. I love my cozy games. Does it have fishing? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I have Fish Simulator 1 and 2, so I'm here for it. I just like to fish.
Right.
I would fish in real life. So.
We have a cat, so we can't fish. Yeah. Little Max.
Yeah. I don't have a fish tank because, like, dead fish freak me out. Because, like, they, like, become white and stuff, and the other fish start to eat on the other one. No. I'm sorry, no.
I had one fish when I was a kid, and I called him Blue Pepsi.
My dad's fish committed suicide. It was very sad. Very sad. He unalived himself. I'm sorry. Let me change.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
He unalived himself. It was
How?
very sad. He jumped out the tank. He would constantly, near the end, because he was in the tank by himself, because he wouldn't let anybody else be in the tank with him, he would kill everything. So we didn't put anything in the tank with him. But eventually, I think he just got lonely. He lived way longer than what he should have. Yeah, unalived. You got it. TOS, unalived. So he kept jumping out of the tank, but we would find him in time. But the one time we didn't find him until it was too late. Yeah, Animal Crossing fishing, yeah, that would make me mad, especially if you can't give him the sea bass.
Yeah.
Or the diving. We had to like dive for the little creatures. That makes me mad.
You know, the thing about MMORPGs is like it does get tedious, right? All the little things you have to do.
But,
Yeah.
you know, I also like to make my character super strong. So
Mm-hmm.
I will do a tedious thing over and over and over again just to build XP points.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, look, I made what doesn't kill
What
you
doesn't kill
gives
you
you
gives you
XP.
XP. I like that shirt.
Thank you. I got it at New York Comic Con.
That's dope.
I think
I
me and my little brother got a lot of the same shirts. Cause I'm like, oh, I like that one. It was kind
Yeah.
of crazy. We were at the Tea Turtle table, and the guy was like, oh, if you buy 3, you get a 4th one free. If you buy 6, you get it. And I don't know. It got crazy. And I was like, give me that, give me that. And he was pointing, and he was getting mystery bags. I don't know. I don't know what happened. It got kind of insane.
So I haven't been to a con since COVID.
Oh.
You know, because I took COVID very seriously.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm still taking it seriously. I still wear my mask at school and everything like that.
I mean, kids
but
have germs.
yeah, I mean, kids are
Kids
just
are
nasty.
germy little
Kids are
petri
just
dishes.
kids are just
They're
nasty.
petri dishes.
Mm-hmm. But when I did get COVID, I got COVID in August. I used that as an opportunity after I had COVID to go to a club for the first time in 3 years.
That you're like, I got extra immunity. Let me go out.
Yeah, I went to the club, and when I tell you, I don't know if I belong there anymore. I'm being real with you, because I saw this young woman, bless her heart. She must have been there for her birthday because she had
Not
a, she
you
had a
saying bless her heart. Oh,
bless her heart, bless her heart. But they was playing Afro beats, and they was playing one of my songs, Mon Amour by Singer. I was like, hey, I was feeling it, and then all I see is a what are those things called? See, I'm old now, so I don't know what are those things.
that
I
you
stand,
say.
a stand. What was it? A ring light.
Oh, you see like a whole like tripod. and
Old
ring light?
tripod and a ring light, and they're recording like TikToks, and I'm like, when we used to do this in the club. I was like, wait a minute, hold on. So I went upstairs because it was an upstairs and a downstairs, and upstairs had, you know, some of the older folks, my people. You know what I mean? We was
Not
we
you
was
saying old
listening.
folk.
Those were my people. We was listening to Mary J. Blige. We
Okay.
was in there. We was like, I won't waste my time. Just fine. I was having a grand old time. And then later in the night, I thought, you know what? I'm going to check out downstairs again. Maybe it got better, you know, because I still wanted to listen to some Afro beats. And then when I got there was 3 tripods.
Not the tripods done multiplied.
And no one's dancing to like the music. They're just all the tripods going like,
Oh
and
no.
I'm just like, what happened? What happened?
No.
Not y'all TikToking in the club.
No. See, I haven't been to a club in so long.
I don't think I can go back.
Well, I have no interest in going. If you're saying that that's how it is, I have no interest.
Yeah. Oh,
Ain't no way. Ain't
ain't no way, my boy. Ain't no way.
Ain't no way. So, what are your thoughts on the gaming industry currently? And
Currently?
yeah, we're gonna say currently. I have another question to follow up with them, but we'll say currently.
All right. Currently, I think actually gaming's in a really good spot right now. I feel like everyone's kind of like in that stage where like there's nothing new to play.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I think that's actually a good thing because, it's like we talked about earlier, I feel like game developers are taking their time now. And honestly, we need more of that for more quality games. I feel like for the past few years, gaming has become so much like put this game out,
Mm-hmm.
have updates while the game is running, and kids like play it for a little bit, and then the game's dead.
Yeah.
And so like, you know, I don't want that. You know, I want my games to last me a little bit. So I like that everyone's taking time. So I actually think the gaming industry is in a good place right now. It's slowing down. You know, and it'll pick back up obviously when like the holiday seasons come. Like I remember that used to be the time. Like when we were younger, that used to be the time. Like we used to look forward to the holiday seasons because we knew that's when like a dope game that you could play
Yes.
for like months would drop, right? That's what I think we need to get back to. You know, I worry about my kids because they don't know how to play single player games. None of my students do.
Oh.
They all are. I mean, granted, I love playing with friends and I love online play, but they don't think any game that you can play by yourself is good. You know,
Mm.
so for me, I'm like that's a shame because there's some single player games out there that are just fun to play,
Yes.
and they're missing out on a lot. Right? I love multiplayer as much as the next guy. But I think there's something to say when you can play a game and enjoy it yourself.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I agree. That's true. So 10 years from now, where do you see the industry going? And do you like that?
I think everything's kind of pushing more towards like a PC gaming like norm,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is good because I do think PCs will be more accessible for people in the future. I don't think that they can keep up with everything because you got to think about. I think PlayStation and Xbox they're trying to make their consoles more like PCs, right? These kids are so social these days they can't do anything by themselves. Hell yeah, hell yeah, they can't do nothing by themselves. They can't even write a paragraph by themselves. I'm sitting here, I'm sitting here like, all right, guys, let's. Here's the prompt. All right, we read the chapters. We talked about it in class. You guys took notes. I checked them. So let's create this paragraph, and I have it listed out step by step. Intro, evidence, conclusion. Miss Morgan, how many sentences does it have to be? Intro, evidence, conclusion. Miss Morgan, how long does the sentence have to be? Boy! Well, can you just come here and help me? If you don't just write this damn paragraph.
Like, bruh, come on. Come on. Yeah.
But yeah, I think in 10 years, I think you'll see everything become more accessible. But I also think the rise of like quality games is coming, right? Like I said, I think gaming developers are taking their time now. I think in 10 years, there's gonna be some games that are like you're gonna deem those like that's a classic, that's a classic, right? I'm actually very positive. I have a very positive outlook on it.
Yeah, you
Um, you know, I know a lot of people get down because companies like 2K just put out crap products just to take your money. But I think us as consumers, we're getting tired of that.
do.
So, you know, hopefully, that means that. I mean, I gotta look at the 2K sales. Is 2K even doing well right now?
I don't even know. I don't even. I don't.
I'm looking that up right now.
I don't know. I haven't seen any. Usually, I'll get like emails or when I open my Google homepage, it will say
Mhm.
like who's doing well. But
Mhm.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
see,
anything about 2K.
2K23 is already. It's not on track to sell as many units as the previous year. And even the previous year was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, that just goes. But also, games are becoming more expensive, so that could also contribute to it.
No, they are. They're either going to be more expensive or they're all free, and then they'll make you buy a bunch of stuff in the game. And get you that.
Microtransactions almost ruined the gaming. Almost.
Listen,
They came close.
be like, but I really need this hat for my character, okay? So
And they be $40 for that hat.
listen,
It'd be $40. Like what?
that's just what it is.
Is it gonna make me fly? Like what kind of hat is this? No, it just looks cute. Alright.
It just looks cute, okay? It matches my shoes that I bought the week before for $20.
I can get a hat off Amazon for cheaper.
Okay. So here's the very hard question.
Okay.
Here we go. What is your favorite game of all time? It could be tabletop. It could be a card game. It could be anything. It could be a pinball machine. Anything. Favorite game of all time and why?
Damn.
A&B Dominoes. Last week, somebody said Dominoes. I mean, that's what early in the week. Uno. Chris says Uno. Uno is a classic.
What's my favorite game of all time?
Of all time. See, look. The teacher did not prepare ahead of time like he should have.
Listen. Because there's multiple games.
Okay, but then, you know what? It's all right. If you need to say multiple, top 5 if you need to. That's all right.
Kingdom Hearts is the series that took my heart. Always, that's my favorite series of all time. You mix up Final Fantasy, which I love, and Disney, which I loved. Like, come on, man, that's just chef's kiss. I would say Monopoly.
Okay.
Because I know people are like, they ruins friendships, but like that's just because you ain't got that dog in you. Like I'm just saying, hey, I got that dog in me. So we playing Monopoly. I'm playing to win. I'm trying to bankrupt you.
Do not play Monopoly with my mother. She did not care that we were kids. That did not matter to her. She's not in the chat, but she would always buy up a corner.
Yeah.
And then she would taunt us. She'd be like, "Come around and come and by for a visit. You gotta come around the corner. Come on by."
Yeah, I call it C block. That's you gotta come through. You gotta come through C block. It's a very specific corner.
Yes, and my older brother, who was just in here, we would call him the slumlord, because he would buy, what is that, the Baltic or whatever, those first 2, the purples, that are like $3 to put a hotel on them, and it would cost like nothing. And then like me and my other brother would just get random other parts.
Right.
And we'll see who's usually left standing.
You know what game I wanna mention as one of my favorites of all time, and I want to see your reaction.
Here we go. I'm gonna judge you.
Spades.
What is it?
Spades.
Spades?
Spades.
Do you know how to play? I don't know. I'm judging you.
First of all, no. I'm saying like everybody every brother and sister in the community knows you don't know how to play spades until you play spades.
The adults always scared you as a kid.
You be like, I don't know how to play, and the adults be like, come on in. Just to hurt your feelings.
Yes.
Just to hurt your feelings.
But they're usually the first time player has usually good hands.
Yes.
So they're like, they got that special touch that first time playing.
No one ever tells you how to play spades, but they tell you just come on to the table, honey. Come on to the table, baby.
And tell you what not to do.
And your aunt that smokes cigarettes, she's right there. Come on here, honey. Look at that.
Listen,
man.
My mom, my aunt, and then my mom's cousins, and they would cook up a whole bunch of food, and then they would sit there and play spades, which was great for us, because then we would get all the food. They're like, yes, you playing spades tonight, Mom? Okay. I'm like, oh, Wendy's coming over, cousin Wendy coming over. She bringing the salads? Okay, let me get some of her chicken salad and pepperoni bread.
Okay.
So definitely grew up playing spades. So
yeah, you have to have the food with you, and the auntie that made the mac and cheese, right?
Yes.
And you have to. But the greatest game ever. Okay. It's actually not a video game. It's not a tabletop game either. The greatest game ever is 21.
Oh.
So it's
like
a
blackjack?
basketball game.
No. Oh,
no.
21.
You're playing basketball.
Basketball.
You're playing 21.
Yes.
Because you play with all your friends and everyone knows the rules. You're having a grand old time. And whenever someone had game point, all of a sudden everyone became an all defensive team member. Right? Fouls didn't count.
Nope. Nope.
Man, I used to get clothesline. You get game point. They clothesline you. They're like, hey, you ain't scoring nuts.
Nope. Nope.
You gotta have to get the ball and just throw it up.
For us, it was called the white defense because that's our last name.
Mm-hmm.
And my brothers are big guys, and my dad played basketball, so like, the three of us together on a team against whoever. The white defense, like, we're here. you ain't scoring no more.
You ain't scoring no more. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
But I had to learn that the way I played on the court in town is not the way you can play on the court at school.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you know what? I don't like all these regulations and rules. I don't like that the team doesn't know how to play. You know what? This is not for me. I am not meant to play school sports. This is not for me.
There you go.
I'll just be in clubs and stuff. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Oh, man.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so as we're wrapping it up, any additional thoughts and comments that you may have?
I appreciate you. First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show. Shout out to a real queen right here. The professor's doing her thing. She's doing her thing on here, and I'm not just here. I don't know if y'all see, like, she be working. She be in the gym.
Yeah.
She grinding, man. Y'all understand. So shout out to the queen. I appreciate you so much for having me on here. Even though I've been MIA. I appreciate you for having me on.
Of course, we gotta show up and show out.
Yeah, and I want to see those children books out. I'm just saying.
I mean, we'll see.
They got to come out when my book come out.
We'll see. We'll see. I don't know about that. I guess we'll see.
We shall see.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Where can people find you?
So people can find me at twitch.tv/Avatar Alejandro, although everything is soon to be switched over to my YouTube channel, which I'm going to make, which is going to be the same name as my Twitch name, Avatar Alejandro. I'm just carrying it over.
Okay.
All right. That's where I'm actually going to do the whole Pokemon series. And after that, that's also where I'm going to be doing a lot of my book talks. So I'm doing some book talks and
like reviewing books.
Yeah, reviewing books. It's actually something I'm doing for my students, but you guys are more than welcome to come look at them.
Okay, wait. Like what kind of books? Like any book?
So I review some YA novels.
I love young adult books. I read a lot of them.
And I want my kids to know that reading, whether you love it right now or not, there's some value to it. So you can learn so much just based off of following the main character's story or their struggle or their triumph. Mm-hmm. So I just want to review some books for the kiddos. That's what I want to do.
Aww. I'm here for it. Alright. I just dropped the Twitch link in the chat for you guys, so you can definitely check him out. And one day, I guess we'll see the YouTube link whenever.
Yeah. I want to hire someone to do it. You know what I mean? I want to hire someone to do it. And my kids, my kids are very smart. My students, so they want to actually do it. 'Cause they want to make the YouTube channel for me.
No, that would be cool, because then, like, you're reviewing different books, and they're like, oh,
Yeah.
And then read the book and then share their thoughts on the book as well.
Man, it's crazy how smart they are. So, I'm going to let them do it,
As you should. I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, thank you.
I think I bought, like, Where are they at? I don't know where they're at. I just bought like 2 young adult books as well. So recently.
Okay.
They're over somewhere.
Over there somewhere.
Somewhere. I don't know. They're somewhere.
Yeah.
Somewhere. But I end up reading so many books like on my phone.
Yeah.
But you know.
You have to tell me what you think of Pac Song.
Oh, I'm going to. Oh, I'm going to judge. I'm going to screen record. I'm going to make a TikTok. Like, have you heard this song? And then tag him. Okay, so
right.
now that we're wrapping up, the guest guides the raid. Where do you want us to go? I know we got some lurkers in here. I appreciate everybody for chatting. Krish, thank you for being here. If you guys have any last questions as we decide where we're raiding out.
Who's streaming right now?
I don't know. You gotta tell me. The guest decides where we go.
I'm the guest.
Yes, you're the guest.
So much pressure.
Well, you know.
Oh, Mike is streaming.
We can go to Mike City.
Yes, let's go to Mike City.
Okay, let's see. Huh. And Mike City's doing his LLWL, the Living Legends Wrestling League. And you guys will see some familiar faces in there. There's all the people. He made characters based off of streamers and content creators. So, yeah, it's, you know, usually
I love it.
Bearded Baritone and sometimes Hitman Black are on there as commentators. And yeah, so thank you again for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you everybody in the chat. You guys were amazing. If you want to be on the show, please feel free to reach out to me. It's going to take me some time to get through everybody. Okay, so right now I'm kind of doing a Monday, Wednesday, but it is going to go back to just a Wednesday so I can actually still crochet on stream. You can see me streaming on Mondays and Wednesdays, Gamer Corner, crochet, gaming, something, I don't know. Fridays, possibly, who knows. Tuesdays and Thursdays, early, 7 a.m., working out. Come on by, hang out with me at the gym as I harass my personal trainer and try to beat him up in the middle. Because he made me do RDLs with like 50-pound dumbbells. I'm like, who? 2 50-pound dumbbells. I'm like, who doing that? He's like, no, you got it.
Believes in you.
I told him I had purses that are older than him. He's a little kid. Okay, guys. It's time to head out. Till we meet again. Bye. We're starting the raid. We got 9, 8, 7, 6,